Hello, my name is Angel, and before we start, I'd like to let you know where you can find Spin on Rock. We are on all podcast platforms as well as YouTube, so make sure you check us out on all of those. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube and give us those 5 stars on podcast platforms. We are also on TikTok and Twitter, so make sure you follow so you can get clips and episode updates. We release every Monday, so make sure you tune in so you never miss regular season news and updates. Thank you for listening. Hello and welcome to the Spin the Rock podcast. I am your host, Angel, and with me today is
Eugene,
Tyler,
and Vaughn.
We are all here and we got an exciting topic today, so we're just going to get right into it. Starting off with some news. We have a lot of injuries, but this piece of news is probably the most important one to talk about, and that is Pat Bev with 3-game suspension. Let's get into why he got suspended. I don't know who he pushed exactly. I don't remember who he pushed.
DeAndre
it was
Ayton.
DeAndre.
But yeah, came flying at him from behind and pushed that man, and NBA gave him a 3-game suspension. How y'all feel about that?
I mean, me personally, as a Laker fan, like it's kind of tough because he's that black Air Force energy we need on the court. So we're gonna kind of miss that or whatever. But NBA had to do something, and they didn't want to suspend him for a super long time. It was only a push. There were no punches thrown or nothing, So I think obviously it is a slap on the wrist. Did he deserve it? I don't know. That's up for discussion, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I would have thought it's like a 1 game because it's just a push, right? Like 3 games, maybe a little much, but
Yeah.
how they felt.
Yeah, y'all pretty much said what I was gonna say. So a little too much. But did they fine him too, or no? I'm sure they did, but I just want I'm not too
I
sure
don't
if
know.
they did.
I'm actually not sure about
Or I have
that.
a feeling they did. I should say.
Hey,
Yeah.
maybe at least the other guards on the Lakers roster get some more playing time.
Kendrick Nunn.
Oh god,
Has he played this year?
No, he hasn't played in like a
Damn.
season and a half, bro.
Jesus.
And Dennis Schroeder just came back, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah. He look-key just taking up space if he ain't gonna play. Like, what does he have? Did he have a season-ending injury last year, or what was the injury?
Because he got hurt, I think, when he was on the Heat, and then offseason came around because I think it was like a season injury. I think the offseason came around, still hurt. Season started, still hurt. But then it's like, I guess he's kind of like pulling the John Wall and is just like extending his injury. Like, you should be healthy at this point, bro.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen you play, bro. Like, I don't think I've ever seen him in a Lakers jersey. Like, if I'm being honest.
No, literally.
Like, I have not.
Well, now maybe he can get some playing time with Pat Bev out for 3 games. Maybe now is his chance to step up.
Average 30 in those 3 games, man.
Yeah, I saw that the reason why they gave him 3 games is because of his past record, and they just wanted him to yo, chill out. Like, you've done this a little too much. So I
did this
Like
to Chris
that's
Paul.
gonna stop him in the future. Like, come on, dude.
yeah, true. The same man who pushed Chris Paul. Something about the Suns.
Literally,
Something about
like
that Suns uniform.
he literally ran through that entire team huddle just to get to Chris Paul. Like, he hawked down Chris Paul. Like, I'll never forget that. I watched that game live. That was he just saw him. Like, he saw red. He locked on the target. He just got
He saw that 3.
He said, "Oh, it's go time now." Brother menace. Yeah.
All right, moving on. We're talk about some of the standings. It's been a while since we talked about them, so we're gonna catch everyone up. We're gonna start with the West, which is me. I'm gonna go 1 through 10. 1 is Phoenix, 2 is Denver, 3 is New Orleans, 4 is Memphis, 5 is LA, 6 is Sacramento, and 5 is the Clippers. That LA, not the other LA. 7 is
not
Portland.
us.
8 is Utah. 9 is Golden State, and 10 is Dallas. How y'all feel about those West standings?
New Orleans top 3, you said? Is that what you said?
11 and 8.
That is crazy, bro. Nice. I ain't gonna lie. Sacramento, they surprised. They've been that whole light the beam concept before the season started. Everybody was like, "Oh, so it's not gonna be lit at all." So far, they're proving everybody wrong. Okay, y'all's prediction might. Hey,
They're making us look good for real.
yeah, hey, okay.
I mean,
Yeah, they really are.
for me, the state. If you really look close, seeds 2 through 11, or at least a game and a half in between each other.
Yeah.
So really, the Western Conference is wide open. And then even at that, the worst team in the league is 8 games back. So, the standings could really look, as the season progresses, super different. And that's what I'm expecting. I'm like, it's not really going to be like a, top seed. I even think some of these teams out of the playoff race right now, minus the Warriors, obviously, might make it into the top 8. But we'll see.
Yeah, no, it might be for once worth to watch basketball before and after the All-Star game.
Right.
Like I'm pretty sure Utah was like 4 or 5 like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the standings are like flip-flopping.
They're fluctuating for real.
Yeah. I think what surprised me the most is Dallas still being in it, just because I feel like Luka's playing his heart and soul out. And it's just not translating. So
Well, no. It's translating personally, but not for the team. He's adding value to himself, but the team is not.
Like I thought they would be like going at it with Minnesota and OKC, but it seems like they're really just fighting to stay in like the 8, 9, 10 and not like 11 and 12. So like I am surprised by that.
Yeah, I'm surprised that kind of surprised that the Trailblazers fell as hard as they did from, top 2 seed to 6 right now. But Dame did get hurt again, so that's probably a reason why. And him and Simons have both been sitting games, so that's probably why. But yeah, Kings were 6 as of yesterday, so I guess they won a game, or the Trailblazers lost a game. Grizzlies kind of been sitting around 4 seed. Suns, been 1 seed for a minute. Jazz fell, like you said, Angel, pretty hard. Warriors climbing. Lakers. We had a 5-game win streak. Nobody talking about it. That's all.
Yeah, keep that same energy, man. Keep that.
Gotta ride that wave. But yeah, the West standings looking kind of crazy though.
Yeah, I think another one is Utah on a 4-game losing streak right now.
Yeah, something like that.
I think the owner stepped in, had a little talk with them, said, "Y'all are winning too much games. I'm gonna need y'all to slow down."
That man, Dwayne Wade, went in the locker room. He's like, "I can't have this. I can't do it."
So they lost like by 1 against the Suns, and I know he was sitting courtside and is like, "Yeah,
better
y'all are getting one of y'all are getting traded if you don't lose this game." That's all I'm saying. All right. And then Tyler, you have the East standings if you want to kick us off with that.
All right. So at 1 we have Boston, 2 Milwaukee, 3 we have the Cavaliers, 4 Indiana, 5 the Hawks, 6 the Wizards. At number 7 we have Philly. At number 8 we have Toronto. Number 9 we have the Nets, and at number 10 we have the Knicks.
Who is that at number 1 again? Feels good. It feels good to be me right now.
15-4. Respect.
That's the best team in the league right there.
Yep.
Go.
Oh yeah, you do have the most wins in the NBA currently.
And
I-
that's no Robert Williams.
I
Our
forgot he got
center-
injured. I ain't gonna lie.
Our center be Luke Cornett or Noah Vonleh, and we doing this. So we're a good spot.
So who else? And Indiana number 4, Eugene, like you said
Bro,
earlier. Hey,
Bro,
hey,
hey, my team's coming up. Real team
Hey,
and Pacers. You know what I'm saying? Like we coming
It's a-
up. I
a
think
good
the Pacers did go on a little win streak though. I think it was like 3. I think it was like 3 or 4 at some point. Yeah. Oh, we went on a 5-game win streak. One against the Raptors, the Hornets, the Rockets, the Magic, twice, and lost to the Timberwolves. Yeah, so that helped a lot actually. That boy Benedict Mathurin, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro.
LeBron's gonna have to prove himself.
bro.
LeBron's gonna have to prove himself, bro.
Bro, I'm telling y'all,
Prove himself.
he going
It's
crazy.
It's wild. Bro.
Yo, but Tyrese Halliburton, he's been looking really good too. I think
That's facts.
this month he's got like 18 and 12 assists.
yeah,
So he's sharing that rock with that team.
Yeah,
Halliburton's going crazy. He might be up there. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Hey, what's crazy about the East though is that they're just as open as the West, except their bottom teams are bottom. Like that's the only difference.
Yeah,
Is that their bottom like 4 are really bad, but like 12 and up, they're low key. It's low key a race 12 and up.
dude. Detroit is 5-16. They're the very bottom of the East. It's wild though, because like from 6 to 8, it's the Wizards, the Sixers, and the Raptors. They all have 10 wins and 9 losses. So I feel like anything could change within that.
Yeah.
bro.
Like
That's-
depending on the momentum, which is crazy.
Even 3 through 8.
Yeah.
The Cavs are 12-7. They haven't moved from the 3 seed at all during the season.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then they're a half a game ahead of the Pacers, a game ahead of the Hawks, 2 games ahead of the Wizards. Surprisingly,
Yeah,
they're literally
Wizards are-
the kings of the East right now. Also the Sixers, also the Raptors, because they're all tied in record. So it's like,
Mhm.
bro, if you lose a game, you drop in 3 seeds.
Exactly, which is crazy, bro.
Like
just
you gotta
sucks
you
that-
gotta win.
Every game got to count. Like,
Yep.
It just sucks that the bottom 3 are just so bad, or else we would be talking about East and West at the same level. But Charlotte, Orlando, and Detroit are not helping the East look good at all.
they are bottom feeding like crazy right now.
Bro, as a Hornets fan, I thought LaMelo coming back would help us. It has not. I think they're losing just as many games
still
without
got
him
no
as they
center.
are.
You still have those Mason Plumlee. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
we're still rocking with
Freaking-
PJ Washington.
Didn't LaMelo roll his ankle on a fan or something? Was that this month or was that last month?
Oof.
Because I ain't
I
gonna lie,
don't know.
November been like a real long month, but it went by so fast at the same time.
True,
So, like,
true.
there's a lot of things I haven't really been able to keep up with, like as far as NBA.
True. Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause I could have
about
sworn
that
he got
one.
injured. Yeah,
'Cause
you've
I
seen
know-
it though, right? Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay.
I just know that he has been playing a couple of games. So I don't know when that was. Yeah, because he's been in the city jerseys a couple times.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'm also surprised that the New York teams, Knicks and Brooklyn. I'm more surprised that the Knicks are still in it. And I'm also more surprised that Brooklyn is slowly, like Ben Simmons, he's getting his footing. We gotta, he might make us eat our words.
Got 2 different opinions right here.
I mean, I hope he makes us eat our words. Like
Should have been doing this from the jump though. So
Like,
if it
for
does
real.
happen, I'm not.
True.
They win games if he scores 20. So he's got to score, He can't be that guy. Oh, you don't need to score. I've been saying this. He needs to score.
Yeah.
But you think they get themselves together? Bro, they lost to the Sixers that had no Joel Embiid. No Tyrese
Yeah.
Maxey.
They
No
sat on
James Harden.
everybody.
They
James Harden.
lost. Got whooped
I
by
just-
D'Anthony Mountain.
He had like what 12? Oh no, I think they said through 3 quarters he only had like 12 points, and he went scoreless in the fourth or something crazy like that. I watched like the next morning, like the first take or whatever, and I just saw like they pulled up the stat, and I was like, "Geez, man, I thought you were supposed to go off, man." I mean,
Yeah, the East is is just as crazy as the West right now. It's just that the West has a lot more people in contention for those spots. They're
Where
getting held back.
Where are the Cavs at 3?
mhm.
Hey, I said their ceiling's a 3 seed. They're
Bro,
proving me
like,
right.
they
You're
haven't-
right right now.
I kid you not. I've been looking at these standings like every week, just to see what's happening. They have not moved for the entire season, bro.
Mhm. I think the top 3 just haven't been moving. Like ever since Boston took that first seed, they've been holding on to that. They've been
Yeah,
holding
that's
on.
true.
To that.
Yeah, because Milwaukee were they number 1 for a little bit because they had that little win streak, right?
Yeah,
because
they
they're
were like
undefeated.
undefeated for like 9 or 10 games,
Yeah,
and then lost like 3 in a row.
momentum just died off.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is crazy though.
this season's getting good though, boys.
I'm liking
Yes.
it though. Yeah.
It's
Like
good.
I said, it might be worth to watch after All-Star break for once. It might be worth to watch after that.
We're
Usually
feeling
after
like-
All-Star break, you're like, I don't care.
You're just waiting for the playoffs at that point.
Yeah. All right. And speaking of about good, we have a new topic that's going to be around at the end of every month, and it is All-Stars. We're going to be looking at early season All-Stars is what this is right now, but going forward, it'll be just a monthly specific December, the month after that, January, February. So early season All-Stars, we're going to start with the West, starting with center. Who wants to kick us off on who they have for their center West All-Star?
Okay, I'll kick it off. Just so you know, I only looked at November stats, and I didn't choose anyone who played less than 9 games. It would have been 10 games, but I needed 9 games because I did all my stat looking on the 26th, and there's still more games. So I'm like, okay, they'll eventually reach that 10 game mark. And I needed Jokic and Giannis on that list, and so to kick it off, got Jokic. Jokic at center, efficient, good stats. They're pretty high in the Western standings right now, and obviously that's because of him. A lot of like the offense has to go through Jokic right now because Murray is still kind of getting into rhythm,
Mhm.
and Jokic, previous MVP, still carrying over his stats from last season. So that's my pick.
I also said Jokic, basically for pretty much the same reason. Mans is just like an offensive monster. You could like his rebound stats are still also pretty impressive. Like he's averaging like 9 rebounds a game, so like it's not that amazing, but it's also like to be that offensively important and also still getting like the boards. He's the future of centers, and I had to put him in there. Plus Nuggets. Who am I gonna put?
Did you put Jokic, Tyler?
Yeah.
All right.
All
Hey,
right.
ain't much to say. I assume you said it too. Clean sweep.
Yep. That's a 4-0.
Yeah.
But I got to, for my fantasy owners out there, I'm going to dive into the fantasy stats for you. So basically, I'm just looking at the month of November as well. He's averaging basically 30 points per game so far. Over the season, he's averaging fantasy points. He's averaging 54 points, and his actual stats, he's almost averaging a triple double, 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. So like, bro's hooping. He had an 80-point game. This is in October. He had an 80-point game against the Lakers because he had 31, 13, and 9 with 4 steals. That's crazy.
And if there's one thing
Yeah.
about Spin the Rock is that Eugenie is gonna look out for your fantasy players.
Yeah.
One thing Rock has above other podcasts. We got our fantasy expert Eugenie in the chat.
Yes, sir.
All right, so it's unanimous. Jokic. All right, power forward. I think I want to kick this off because, this might be surprising. I put AD. I got Davis as my power forward. Man is playing.
Oh, I did that too. I did
Well-
that too. I don't think it's very surprising.
Yeah, it's just like he's actually playing like he should be. He's
Big
getting
facts.
blocks. He's getting rebounds. He's breaking records. Like Mans is actually hooping.
What record did he break?
Though it's like some obscure Wilt Chamberlain record. Like it's some
Oh,
obscure.
like it don't even matter.
Yeah,
Hey, it's
It's
still
like-
a record, bro.
like first center to do this and this and this on a Tuesday afternoon type beat.
Oh,
But
I
he's
would say,
playing good.
like offensive, like obviously great, but defensive too. He's like their anchor. He's top 5 in steals and blocks in the league. So I think that's worth noting. And people call him Glass, but he played 11 games this November. And for context, when I looked through like the most amount of games played, 13 was the highest number I saw for a player. So 11 is pretty good.
Yeah.
You want me to go or you got it, Eugene?
Hey,
you put AD?
I can talk about it. I don't have to talk about it. It don't matter. It don't matter. I did not put AD though.
Oh, okay. I'll go. So, as a Bulls fan, it's good to see him hooping, but it just sucks that it's not on our team. And it's good to see that he's being used properly. I put my boy Laurie for the fourth.
Hey,
He's
I
been
thought
hooping
about
like
Lowry.
crazy this season. And his for this month, his highest or his best performance was 38 points in a win against the Suns. Shot 15 for 18. It just seeing how he was used in Chicago, like I don't know what they were thinking with having him be a 7-foot spot up shooter, but it's just good to see Utah's letting him run free and just hoop like it. I don't know. It's just good to see, and he's actually being used properly. I feel like Utah is probably the best thing that ever happened, or him going there was probably the best thing for him, being part of that trade. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much what I had for that.
He's a large part of the reason why they were winning too at the beginning. Like he was like almost the main reason why Utah was like shocking everyone. And most people thought he was out of the league. Like most people thought he was gone. And it's good to see him have a breakout season.
Yeah, the bounce back was crazy from Cleveland to now.
Yeah.
It's good. So
All right,
Yeah,
Eugene.
him and Sexton still are going pretty crazy on that team.
yeah.
For my power forward, Angel said he wasn't gonna put, but I put him. Jeremy Grant, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He hoops on every team, that he plays for, whether that's defensively or offensively. But on the Blazers, he's hooping offensively and defensively. You know what I'm saying? Like
man.
he's getting steals, he's getting blocks, he's dropping 40 point games, bro. That's crazy. Fantasy wise, he's averaging 33 points. He's had a couple 60-point games, which is pretty good. His last 3 games were 40-point games. So, he dropped 44 on the Knicks. Like, come on. Yeah, bro. If Jeremy Grant available in your league, pick him up.
Okay. So
All right.
Angel told us this is the first All-Star one, so we can be a little loose. And I put Jeremy Grant as my small forward because that small forward in the West is kind of weak right now. Like, I'm not putting Andrew Wiggins at my small forward.
I thought about Wiggins. For small forward. I'm not gonna lie.
I needed Jeremy Grant. I put him as small forward. This man averaging 24 points a game for November, 50% from 3-point range. Crazy percentage, okay?
Yeah.
And
He's
like
shooting-
Eugene was
shooting well.
saying, yeah, and he had that game winner against the Phoenix Suns. Like that's all-star worthy for November, I think. So
Most def.
there's that. And then defensive, we've been seeing he can lock someone up. So yeah, that's why I got him at my small forward spot.
Yes, and just because the audience wasn't listening to when I said that. Right now, we're being flexible with the positions because this is our first time doing it. Going forward, their positions are going to be the games they played the most at. So Grant, he goes back and forth, but for future, if let's say Grant for some reason only plays shooting guard, he's gonna be a shooting guard for that month. It's not gonna happen, but that's just an example of of how we're looking at it. But yes, I don't know.
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch Jeremy Grant to small forward because my small forward I didn't realize is marked as a power forward. So I'm gonna switch Jeremy Grant to my small forward, and I'll talk about my power forward next.
All right. Well, who do we have? Are we going with AD for power forward? Because this has to be like our collective. We have two power forwards, two AD votes, but you and Tyler both said a different person. So should we go AD, or do you guys want to team up on marketing or someone else?
I'll agree.
I can agree with AD because he has been playing great.
It's just like, let's see what happens when LeBron is LeBron.
Yeah. And it's crazy because you can make a case for a lot of these players. They're all playing insane right now that we just mentioned. So
yes,
if we really wanted to, we could
I'm not mad at y'all for saying AD though.
No.
All right.
Especially coming from Vaughn, by the way. But
yeah, I didn't expect Vaughn to say AD. I thought he would flame me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw his reaction, I was like, "Oh no, is he gonna get him or is he gonna agree?" I don't know. I don't know if that was the Celtic fan in him, just spitting on the ground when he heard that. I don't know.
All right,
you can't come off as delusional.
Small forward. We mentioned it a lot already. Small forward was kind of weak on the West. A lot of small forwards are not playing this season. And, there's a lot of small forwards who I feel like shouldn't even be mentioned just because they're not playing that good. Why don't you tell us your small forward, Eugene, because you had them flip-flopped, so why don't you kick off?
Okay. So my small forward was also Vaughn's, Jeremy Grant. But my power forward, I think he's kind of a sleeper because nobody's really talking about him. He's had some, highlight plays here and there. But in reality, he's playing really well. For my power forward, I got Zion, bro.
Oh,
Zion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about Zion.
He did have a little 3-game spurt that he missed against the Grizzlies, Bulls, and the Celtics. But he technically did meet Vaughn's 9-game he played 9 games. So over the course of November, he's been averaging 20 points. Fantasy points, he's averaging 40. He's had a couple 60-point fantasy point games, which is pretty good, against the Pacers and the Spurs. A couple 30-point games, which is good. So, shooting well, playing defense, playing offense. Also complimenting Brandon Ingram when he's out. CJ now that he's out. So, I think he's a good player to pick up if he's available in your league. Maybe even to trade for going down the line. But yeah, I got Zion.
I'm glad
that's
you
a
said
solid pick.
That's a good one.
because they're a 3 seed too, right? So that is a very good pick.
And people are dogging on him. They said that if he doesn't do good this year, he's a bust, which is wild that they were even saying in the first place. But that he came out and showed that he's ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
Also, hate that he's afraid to even say his favorite Thanksgiving food. I don't know if you saw that clip.
Oh, no.
I hate that. He should not be afraid to say his favorite Thanksgiving food without being clowned.
I don't know. That's a fact.
All right. I feel like my answer's a cop out, but all the small forwards are just not playing. I said LeBron. Like it's kind of a cop out. I'm not gonna lie, but like he's the only one who's at decently playing games, and he's also still going insane. I saw a stat where he had the same amount of points as he did 10 years ago, and like not 10 years ago, but like as he did in like 06, 07. Like he's still like he's playing the same way he did when he first came into the league. So that meant like I had to give him his flowers, but I'm not gonna be surprised.
Going off the
Had I not only looked at November, and because you were included October and November, I probably would have
Yeah.
said the same. Like he's only played 5 games, so I couldn't follow through with it.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's low key a cop out.
I couldn't even go LeBron, bro. Like,
And I am the only person who included the last week of October too, just to throw that out there. I'm not like insane and saying LeBron's 5 games in November was the best 5 games I ever saw in my life.
Yeah.
What'd y'all say?
You want to go on? Or you want me to go?
well,
Well,
Vaughn already,
I said
yeah,
Jeremy Green.
you already said.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
he
yeah.
said-
So it's me then, right?
Yes.
For small forward.
Mhm.
I put Brandon Ingram. He just got hit with a day-to-day at the very I think was the last game against the Grizzlies, and so his best game was a 34-point performance in a blowout against the Warriors, and he's averaging almost 21 points a game, and he's been playing decent. Just I counted him because, like you said, it's well over 9 games for the month. So I just put Brandon Ingram, and I feel like he's been not getting talked about too much. Then again, I don't feel like the Pelicans get much coverage. So I feel like he's been hooping quietly. So he's always been like a bucket, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
I put Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram's a solid choice for sure.
So
He pops off in fantasy too. If y'all need him.
hey, what's the stats looking like on fantasy?
All right, let me see real quick because I got him on my team.
Hey, of course you did. Man,
Of course I did. I draft him
sleeping.
every year.
Wasn't
You have
sleeping
to
on
get-
him.
You have to get Kingram. What?
So he's out right now, isn't he, or not?
Yeah, he's it's a day-to-day.
Right. So he's averaging fantasy wise, he's averaging 36, which is solid for like a small forward, like, and even a power forward. He had a 60-point game against the Warriors, bro. He had a 50-point game against the Celtics, 40-point game against the Rockets, a 50-point game against the Pacers. Like, bro, he's nice. Brandon Ingram be getting the fantasy points,
yeah.
bro. Like, so definitely, if you have him or think you can trade him again, or trade for him, like, do it.
Yes, for sure. Ingram is balling. I think I'm gonna hop on the Grant train just because I thought about Grant, but I had him in the wrong position. Like I thought he was a shooting guard for some reason.
That's a tall ass shooting guard.
Oh
Yeah, for real.
He's 6'9", bro. 6'10".
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I've been lacking. I've been watching too much of the World Cup, waking up at 6 a.m.
Hey, no, it's all good. Hey, it's all good.
I did my list at like 7 a.m. yesterday, so I didn't
Bad.
realize. But yeah, I think I'm gonna hop on the Grant train because I agree. He's hooping. It's nice to see him do good on the Blazers. He's been tossed around a little too much for how good of a player he really is. All right, and now the position I thought he was, which is shooting guard. This is where our flexibility comes into play because I have Luka as a shooting guard. Going forward, he's gonna be listed as a point guard because that's what he mostly plays. But yeah, I put him as shooting guard.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, do we really need to say anything? He's like legit unguardable, and he's been carrying.
You don't
them.
have to say anything. About it.
Yeah, we mentioned how he's pouring his heart and soul into Dallas right now and just carrying the hell out of them.
Like, okay, I'll mention this game. I watched Mavericks versus Celtics. This man Luka could not miss. Didn't matter who was guarding him. Could have been Jaylen Brown. Could have been Grant Williams. Could have been Tatum. He was shooting a fadeaway. He made the shot almost every time. It was insane. And then the ball gets in someone else's hands. Bro, turnover. Brick. That man Luka looked so tired at the end. I feel so bad. But I'll take a win.
Any means necessary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leading MVP talks. It's him and someone else we'll probably mention once we see the East All Stars. But yeah, it's hard to ignore him. If we were only doing if we're not being flexible, so many good players would just be out of talks because of Luka. He's just playing unreal. I think he's averaging 40, isn't he?
He's.
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know, but I would not doubt that. Like if you told me that.
No, he's kind of slowed down. More like mid to high 30s. He has like a few 20-point games in there, like 4 20-point games.
Okay.
Only 20-point games.
Yeah. Anytime he doesn't drop 50, it's like, oh,
That's like an off night for him.
yeah, right. Crazy. Do you guys also have Luka, or did you put someone else at shooting guard?
I put someone else at shooting guard, but I didn't realize he was listed as a point guard. I put Shea because throughout this month, he's been averaging 31 points, and that's third in the NBA right now, which is so insane to me. And his best performance was an overtime win against the Mavericks, 38 points, 2 steals, 1 block, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds. I'm just glad that he's actually getting the attention he deserves. I feel he wasn't used properly on the Clippers, and it's just good to see like him just balling out in OKC. I don't know if there's anything more I can really say. It's just his hooping is speaking for him right now. So,
also a great pickup in fantasy. Just saying, bro.
Yes, sir.
He's averaging 55 fantasy points. Like,
hey, that's insane.
I'm just glad
he has 1, 2 in the month of November. He has 2 games under 40 points.
He's like
all of the rest are over 40, and he has 3 or 2 71-point games. And he's got like 5 60-point games. Like Shea, bro. If you got Shea, you chilling.
A bucket, man. I'm trying to tell you.
I put him at point guard. You can put him shooting guard, point guard. I don't even care. But like, there's a reason why those fantasy points are so high. You said 30 points per game this month. I think at the time when I checked it, that's more than Giannis. He got 6 assists a game, 5 rebounds a game. He's top 5 in steals and top 15 in blocks as a guard. Like, that's tough.
His points per game is 3rd in the league. That's insane.
Yeah.
It's 3rd in the whole NBA.
Oh yeah. Listeners know that we've been rocking with Shea for a while. We weren't sleeping. None of us were sleeping.
No,
bro. We've been rocking with the Thunder. What you mean?
True.
Come on now.
True.
We stay in OKC, bro.
Hey, you know he's getting good when people are talking about him leaving already, as if he still have a good amount of years on the team.
And this season is like the most coverage I've seen from him like ever.
Oh
So,
yeah.
when the media keeps showing you, you know you're really doing something for real. That's how you know you're not slept on at least.
Nah, because he's 1, 2, 3 in the month of November. Real points. He's only had 3 games, 20 points or under. That's insane. Every other game was 30 or higher. That's crazy.
Balling. Who'd you have at shooting guard, Eugene?
I had Luka.
Okay.
Honestly, I didn't even think of Shea as a shooting guard, but they have him on ESPN as a shooting guard point guard, not a point guard shooting guard.
Yeah.
So I guess his main position is shooting guard, and then they got like Josh Giddey or somebody at point guard. But yeah,
those two are really
Giddy up.
interchangeable because like Giddey's pretty tall and he doesn't really shoot the ball too well as Shea does. So I think that's just why they interchange them.
Right. And it's like they can both ball handle. So it's really their combo guards, and whoever wants to run a play can run a play. But yeah, I had Luka, and he's like one of the fewer players averaging more points fantasy wise. He's averaging 61 points fantasy wise. you know, Luka gonna be Luka. He's averaging almost a triple double. There's really not much to say. Jeez, bro. he had a triple double November 12th against Portland, and he had 85 fantasy points.
Jesus.
The
Yeah.
Magic, baby.
Yeah. There's not much you can. The shooting guard position is gonna benefit from us being hard on the positions because once Luka leaves the shooting guard positions, it's so many spots where people are gonna open up.
For real, bro.
Because that man, if we weren't being so like harder on ourselves about that, it would be Luka's shooting guard almost every month. Like
Right.
For real.
Mance is playing out of his mind. All right, moving on. West point guard. Who y'all got?
I could go. Stephen Curry. I mean,
Yeah, me too.
do I need
too.
to say more? Do you want me to talk the stats? Like, I'm gonna go and get the stats for you. For this month of November, he is averaging 31 points, and his best performance was his best performance was against the Heat. 33 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. There's not much else I mean, come on now. I don't think I need to say anything else.
Who let Steph get 7 rebounds? Who let Steph get 7 rebounds?
No, wait.
All right,
Is that November 1st?
Never mind. That was October. I'm sorry. Hold on. There we go.
Because against
Actually, he had a
I
whole
know Steph had a
he had a
he
triple
had a
double.
50 piece.
he
There
had a
you go.
50-point
He had a
game.
50 piece and they lost. Never mind. I looked at the wrong thing, but yeah,
Yeah.
his best game was 50
Still
piece,
insane.
but sucks that they lost. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is up with that? What's going on with the Warriors?
was that the game when Clay got ejected, or is that probably wasn't? Because I don't think they talk about it too much over that 50-point.
I don't know. It was against. Oh no, it was
Refs are
against
wild
Phoenix.
this year, that's all I know.
It was just
Yeah, that's
Phoenix
why I
was,
asked, yeah.
Phoenix was just hooping, bro. Because I think I ended up watching that game.
Okay, no, I think that was the game when Mikal Bridges shot a 3, and then he did this in front of Clay's face, and Clay tried smacking his hand when he was sitting on the bench.
Yeah, I think that
It
was
was that game, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, just want to throw that out there. NBA refs wilding this year. Wilding.
Oh my god.
They're
always
going
wilding, but
crazy.
They get more crazy every as the seasons progress. Like there's
Yeah,
no
it's-
reason they should be acting this way, but
I'm seeing texts for celebrations. I'm
Didn't-
seeing texts for celebrating.
Didn't Jason Tatum get teed up for clapping or something like that?
Yes,
was it
bro.
him? It was him, right?
That's some ass. Yeah.
I don't get the refs, man.
They're wild. They're pushing it. They're like, let's see what else we can get away with this year.
They need to hold them accountable for real. Like
Just wanted to throw that out there.
all that power getting to their head. But yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, who was it Dinwiddie was talking about? Called him a bitch ass. He's one of the refs.
What was his name?
Tony
Scott
Brothers?
Foster? No, yeah, I think it was him. Yeah, it was him.
it's
I
Tony
think.
Brothers. Yeah, that is wild.
No, I thought it was
Yeah.
Scott Foster because I feel like y'all noticed that thing. Like this is off topic, but every time Scott Foster refs a game with Chris Paul, he ends up losing. I don't know if y'all knew. But yeah,
I never
that's-
seen that.
that.
Yeah, that's
All
beside
right.
the point.
Yeah, moving on. Did anyone else have anyone but Curry?
Well, I put Shea as point guard,
Mhm.
so that's what I had.
Yeah.
Right.
Curry clean sweep, pretty much.
Almost. Yeah,
Almost.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's so our West as it stands right now is Jokic at center, power forward AD, small forward Grant, shooting guard Luca, point guard Curry. That's our West All Stars this month. Any honorable mentions that you wanted to throw out there, or do you want to move on to East?
That we haven't mentioned at all, or
Just haven't mentioned at all, or yeah, we don't have to.
no, I'm drawing blank. I don't think I got anybody.
All right, bet. Moving on. Well, now we're gonna do the East, same thing, starting with the center. Real quick, how do y'all feel about the Magic Curry thing that recently is getting a lot of buzz? That Magic is more influential than Curry.
Okay. So the way Richard Jefferson explained it it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so he basically said, for the people who haven't seen the clip, he said, Steph Curry has what he said, like, evolved the game, but he hasn't changed the game. And basically what he was saying, when players change the game, they literally change aspects of basketball. So for Shaq changed the game. They had to literally change the equipment, you know, like the rim and the backboard, you know, so it wouldn't break. Kareem, he changed the game with the skyhook. I didn't know this when I watched the clip, but he said they changed, or they said that he himself was not allowed to dunk the ball, so he invented the skyhook to, you know, come up with another way to score inside the paint. I forgot what he said about Magic, but, you know, if you can find the clip, go watch it. But I think it made sense because, like, now that I think about it, like, Steph certainly has evolved the game, but I guess if you're talking about, like, change the game in those in that definition, he has not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
kind of agree with what he was saying.
I see what you mean, but Zaza Pachulia also changed the game by that logic. Can't step under a shooter.
Hey,
Ruined my
everyone has their own legacy, bro.
Don't mess with his.
Yes,
But,
there's
like,
two sides to it.
You look at Curry, and like every player is trying to shoot the ball like Curry. Like centers are shooting the ball because of Curry. Kids today are shooting from 3 steps back behind the 3-point line. I think that's just a crazy cause and effect that Curry has had.
Yeah, there's two sides. Either you're really happy that Jefferson said that, which is mostly, you know, you could tell who's happy about what he said, or you're really mad that he said that. So it's just like two sides to it. I see what he's saying. Yeah, like Eugene said, like it makes sense from his perspective, but evolving the game and changing the game is basically the same thing. Like the game is changing because it's evolving. I don't know. I guess the 3-point line just has to be moved back for it to be more influential than Magic at this point. All right. Just wanted to get that out there because we talked about Curry in the point guard position. Who wants to kick us off with the East Center?
I will.
Okay, you got it.
Because Miles Turner. I got Miles Turner. Why? He got 20 points per game, 8 rebounds, 2.5 blocks per game, and 52% from 3-point range. Now, some of y'all will be like, why didn't you pick Joel Embiid? Joel only played 6 games, and I'm following pretty close to that 9-game rule. So I got to give Miles Turner his flowers, man.
Yeah.
They have been hooping though for sure.
Yes. I included October, so Embiid made me like Embiid made the cut for me. I mean, it's Embiid. Not much to talk about. He had like a 49-point game not too long ago, and man's was eating. It didn't even look like it was a struggle for him.
Yeah, I put Embiid, even though like it sucks that he got hurt like earlier in the month, and that 59 game performance was crazy. So Embiid was my pick also.
Although I am not mad at you picking Turner, I'm also going to go Joel Embiid. Wait, let me see. Miles Turner is averaging 43 fantasy points per game, so solid pickup. Embiid is averaging 52 points per game, but he is currently out right now, so that kind of hurts teams if he's on your team. That 59-point game, though, he had 115 fantasy points because he had 11 rebounds.
Jesus.
Wait, just because off the rebounds, it wasn't even his 59 points?
Well, no. You know, points played into it, but then he had
Yeah.
11 rebounds, 8 assists, and also 7 blocks. So, like, when you tie all that in together,
Got you. Okay.
yeah. but yeah, he had a 50-point game against the Wolves, 60 against the Bucks, 73 against the Hawks, 47 against the number 1 seed Suns. So when he's active, he's good, obviously.
Yeah.
But you just gotta watch out for that injury report and see when he's coming back and see how long he's out. So yeah, definitely I would say Embiid for his little stretch.
Yeah, but Turner was like, I was thinking about Turner. Like he's been playing really well. All of Indiana has been playing really well, and it's showing.
All facts.
I feel like we'll be talking about more of them in the next spots.
Yes, for sure.
All facts.
Yeah.
All facts.
Moving forward, power forward. Who y'all got power forward?
Giannis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We ain't gonna say much.
Yeah.
Averaging close to 30.
Yes. Yeah.
I think he just came off 38 points against the Cavs 2 days ago. So, or yesterday, whenever that was. But
38.
Yeah.
Yep.
ESPN for some reason has KD listed as a power forward. I
'Cause his
didn't know
height.
that. Yeah, his
yeah,
height.
it might be
Yeah.
the height.
That's crazy to me though. Anyways, just want to throw it out there.
I think it's because they play Joe Harris at small forward and Seth Curry at shooting guard sometimes.
Joe
That's
Harris as
And-
small forward. Hey, every day
Yeah, they're
about the
the line.
Nets, what KD said makes more and more sense. Joe Harris as small forward.
But TJ Warren back now, right? So maybe he'll be picking up that spot.
True. TJ Warren is back. Yeah, I mean, another position that sucks if you play the same as Giannis. You're not making a first All NBA team until he retires. The man is insane. All right, small forward. Who y'all got?
I put Vaughn might like this answer. I put Jason Tatum
Me
for my
too.
small forward.
Me too.
So averaging 30 throughout the month. His best performance of the month so far was against Detroit, 43 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, or what did I say, 5 assists. But yeah, he just been hooping as per usual. It's Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not much else I could say. So
Right next to Luka in MVP talks. Like right next to like crazy.
I think he's top 3 actually. Like during like a ranking, I think he was the top 3.
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
he was one at one point. Like at one point he was
didn't know
like
that.
one.
Yeah, but he's a dog, bro. Like,
Yeah.
come on, we know this.
I assume you
Number
said
one.
Jason Tatum as well, Vaughn.
Yeah,
Yeah, number 1 in the NBA. Like that's all I really gotta say.
Okay, well, you'll very rarely hear me speak highly of the Celtics. So therefore, I picked Kevin Durant.
Not bad.
Like I feel like he's doing all that he can do for the Nets. And, with the Nets whole situation, it would get to my head too. Like he's not playing as high as we have seen him play in the past, but he's still averaging fantasy points wise 52 points. So he's hooping. He's averaging 30 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He's actually averaging 2 blocks as well, which is very surprising coming from KD, I feel like. But yeah, he had 12 points against the Raptors.
Oh,
Like real points.
Jesus.
He had 12, 7, and 5.
Man, this must have been an off night. What was he shooting like? Like what for what?
Let me see if I can pull this up real quick.
How long do you think before you request another trade? Because there's no way he's staying there for the next 4 years for the rest of his
He's
contract.
for sure doing it. If they don't win a chip, he's for sure leaving. There's no way. There's no way.
He only put up 10 shots. Half of them were threes.
Dang, did he just not care that night? Or?
I don't know.
Yeah, Vance was mad that night or something.
Kyrie had 30 that night. They ended up winning that game though. So that's
Interesting.
probably why.
Because of
Yeah,
Kyrie.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. But he hasn't had a game. Cap. He's had one game under 40 points all month. Fantasy
Ooh.
points. Yeah. So if you got KD on your team, you big chilling.
All right. Yeah. Tatum makes the cut. Do y'all think if it's still, let's just say if it's still Luka and Tatum, you think Tatum's gonna edge out Luka for that MVP?
It would have to be a media thing where they're looking at the team standings more.
Yeah.
Because like Luka's gonna have a hard time pulling that team to like a top 4 seed,
Yeah.
Whereas Boston's got a groove. They know what they have to do. If Luka goes down and is hurt at all, those Mavericks are dropping in the standings. If Tatum
Oh,
goes
for
down,
sure.
it's possible they pull through because they got a deep enough team.
Yeah.
So, it's tough to say. Luka, I think, just looks better as an individual player. So if they're just looking at personal stats more than team stats, I think Luka has it.
All right. Shooting guard. I think I'm gonna kick this off. I got Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Man is proven himself. He's going off every night with Cleveland. I mean, you can see it just at the standings alone.
Mhm.
They're third in the East. Gobert on the Timberwolves are like what 11 in the
11,
West.
yeah.
So I feel like Donovan Mitchell, is playing on a really good squad and he's like thriving off of them for sure.
Yeah,
I
definitely
got
good
it too.
Good pickup.
I
Because
forgot he mainly plays the 2, so I had him at my 1. I forgot he like mainly plays 2 guards, so I put him at 1. But
yeah, Darius Garland more of a point guard. Don Mitchell right now,
Yeah.
averaging 28 points per game. I've seen games from him, like close games, and like they always defer to Mitchell in the clutch, because he makes those shots. He's been making those shots since Utah. That's a big reason why I put him as my shooting guard.
I don't blame you for putting him at 1 though, because he literally played point guard in
Utah.
or for the most part,
Yeah.
in Utah. So yeah, I don't blame you for that.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's why I put
I'm not mad at y'all for saying Donovan Mitchell, but I'm going with the bias right here, bro. Y'all know the name I'm about to say. Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah, not surprised. Not surprised.
Bro, I'm riding the wave. So on fantasy, it says he's rostered 57%, meaning, and he's on someone's roster more than half of the leagues. So if he's not rostered in y'all league, I highly recommend you pick him up because he is a bucket. If you watch him play, you are going to be rooting for the Pacers. I guarantee you. I need that Barkley guarantee button, bro. I need that. But interestingly enough, they have him marked at small forward shooting guard. Kind of interesting. But I think the Pacers kind of like, just mess with their lineup a lot. But position rank, they have him top 20. So like he hooping, especially for a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
I thought about him for sure, but Mitchell, he also has that 1.5 steals a game. He's not slacking on defense either.
Like that's not Benedict's game yet. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a rookie, like he gotta
no,
it's the NBA first.
Good pick. No, it's a solid pick. I for sure thought about him. Man's is surprising everyone. I don't even think anyone had him in their rookie of the year talks.
Bro, nobody does still, bro. I'm trying to tell
you.
y'all.
No, but it's still Paolo. I'm mad that it's still Paolo.
Yeah. How, bro?
Like,
they're like bottom of the East.
Like, I get it. Like, he dropping 30. Like, like no rookies are really doing that. That's cap because I see right here, Benedict Mathurin on Yo Nuggets got a 30-point game. Like, come on. He's got it. He dropped 30. He dropped 30 on the Nets, bro. He's valid. He's valid.
He's
He's
an
valid.
intense player too. Like he could be like not shooting the ball well at that quarter, but he's giving it all on his defensive end, and then it comes back in the second half. Like
Literally,
he's making
Yeah.
the
like,
pieces
bro,
worth watching.
all black Air Force team, first team. That's what-
True.
maybe not this season, but he making it next season.
What was that? What was that quote he said? He said, "I know who's drafted before me." Like that's crazy. That's crazy. Man's is coming for rookie of the year.
Bro, he's got Hall of Fame menace to society, bro. Like, come on.
What about you,
Low
Tyler?
key.
Who you have for shooting guard? Oh, sorry. Go on, Vaughn.
I
Yeah.
was just gonna say real quick, what Colin Sexton is to Eugene, Benedict Mathurin is who he's becoming for me. You know, like no matter where he's gonna go, I'm gonna become a fan, man.
The McCatherine jersey coming soon.
Bro, facts.
So he's usually like interchangeable. He's been playing the three now that his teammates back. I had to be biased. I put DeMar DeRozan. He's been playing great this month, and I'll just pull up his best performance of the month. I just had it. Where is that?
See, he
He
got a little
had-
team bias too.
I had to, man. Like, come on, no.
Now we're all guilty of it. I said Jokic for center. Didn't even look at the other centers.
Hey, respect. So, actually, sadly, it was a loss to Vaughn Celtics, but he had 46 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. But he's averaging a cool almost 27 points per game this month, and he just came off a 30-piece. Even though we lost to the Thunder in overtime, you know, he's still been playing amazing. I just don't know what is up with the team as a whole right now. Like, I don't know what's up with Zach. I don't know if he's in a slump, but individually, DeMar's been playing like just like his like normal self. So that's why I put him shooting guard. He is listed as small forward, but he usually interchanges a lot. So that's
I
why I
even see
got
that, man.
confused. So
He played power forward sometimes too. I think that's wild.
yeah, they even like the Bulls, like they even put Caruso at power forward. Was it last season?
Oh my god!
And it's funny because we won that game too. He was locking up. I think it was KD. It was somebody. They had him at the 4, and he still managed to go off. I don't know how Caruso did it, but I had DeMar DeRozan for my 2 guard. So, but I'm gonna say Mitchell though for the as a whole though, since he's more of a shooting guard and DeMar's more of a 3. So I'm gonna
right.
agree with that.
Mitchell, welcome. Yeah,
I will say about DeMar against the top 2 teams in the East, being a 12 seed,
It's crazy.
bro. He got
crazy.
he dropped 68 on the Celtics and 69 on the Bucks. So whoever got DeMar, big chilling.
yeah, DeMar. Yeah, he was gonna be my honorable mention for small forward if we did it at the end because he's playing insane. Like it just sucks that it's not like reflecting into the Bulls, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's like you can't blame it on DeMar because he's going crazy.
That's a fact.
All right.
I think some of our very few losses the Celtics have are to the Bulls. They've lost to them twice now, and not just like
Yeah.
close wins. The Bulls had; they were beaten. Like I couldn't finish those games. So
I think I know
That's
what game you're
way too-
talking about. Like you were up like 20, I think, and then we came back and almost won by 20, which I didn't like. When I saw that you were up 20, I stopped. I was like, all right, it's another L. But I come back and I see Bulls win. I was like, ain't no way. I don't get it. I don't get this team sometimes.
bro, the Dragon off the bench, he was
Goran
killing us.
Dragic, bro.
Oh yeah.
Goran Dragic, the GOAT.
All right. Point guard. You want to kick us off on point guard?
We all heard.
I'll
I
say
do.
Darius Garland.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
2 caps?
25.
Interesting.
Yeah,
2 Cavs.
yeah.
I considered Tyrese Halliburton and Trey Young.
I
but
said
had to go with
Halliburton.
Darius Garland.
I said
I see
Halliburton.
why.
Hey,
I
so
hit
I
the
think-
triple. I hit the triple Pacers considering Turner and McCaffrey, but Halliburton actually made it this time.
Yeah, I just like what Garland's doing. 25 a game. It was 8 assists, 43% from 3-point range, and 1.3 steals. So he's doing
Mhm.
offensive, defensive, and they're top 3 in the East right now. So I like that backcourt, the backcourt, obviously.
Yeah, I said Halliburton. I mean, 19 points per game, 11 assists, 4 rebounds. Like Mance is playing his ass off in Indiana right now. I mean, the whole squad is, but 11 assists per game. That's in like Mance is passing it, and like it's turning out because a lot of people on his team are averaging high points.
Yep. And even him, like himself, like he's
Yeah,
hitting his own
19.
buckets. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he has almost 2 steals a game too. Like I love it when guards get steals. Like so, yeah, I had to shout out Halliburton. Did think of Garland though. I'm not gonna lie, didn't think of Young. I looked at Young, but I just feel like right now the Hawks, their good stats aren't translating to the whole team.
mm,
So I went with Halliburton in the end, but Garland was
Yeah.
definitely a second option.
I'd pass up Trae Young just because he's got high assist numbers, but his turnover numbers were kind of high, and his 3-point range was like 32. So it's like his
Oh,
PEO
yeah.
or something like that. Did no one say DeJounte Murray?
I was going to actually.
Oh, okay, sorry. Man.
Yeah. No, you're good. I personally, even though the Hawks are on a little like losing streak right now, I do like DeJounte. He was, bro. I know we're only talking about November, but in October, I think he was averaging like 70 points. Like it was absurd. But he kind of dropped to 45 now in the month of November. Although he did drop, he's still a consistent player, you know. He's averaging 21, 4, and 4. I think the 4 assists is just due to, you know, his teammates not playing the best right now, but I don't know. I like him, fantasy and non-fantasy. Position ranks number 4, so if you got him, keep him. I would highly not, or highly advise not to trade him. But yeah, I got DeJounte.
Damn, Tyler got big decision here. He got a tiebreaker.
So wait, you had Garland, Eugene had DeJounte. Who'd you have again, Angel? You said
I went
Tyrese?
Halliburton. Yeah.
I mean,
Who'd you go with?
Unless
Who'd you go with?
with? Point guard.
remember I said Mitchell, but he's more of a 2.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
So I'll probably have to say these are all really good choices because like
Yeah,
all these
no.
players have been playing insane. This is like really. I'll do it. I would have to say like. This is tough though. I ain't even gonna lie. Angel, who was yours again? Say
Halliburton. I went Halliburton.
it's tough though because Garland's been hooping too.
All 3 of our choices
sir,
they've been
28
hooping.
Yeah, I'll go Garland. Halliburton's been playing insane too though, so
Mm.
I ain't gonna lie. Because they both have been playing great. But it's honestly really good though to see Halliburton just hooping in general because like the way Sacramento did him, like
Oh yeah.
it's like
It was so
like a
good.
player who said he wants to play there, and they're like, no, you got to get out of here. And then, I mean, at least he found a home in Indiana. At least I think he did. But Darius Garland has been playing great too. But I feel like there's so much like hooping going on right now that it's hard to keep up with everybody. And I feel like Garland's been hooping as well. So
No man, but I mean I'll switch over to Garland, you know, get him in there. Yeah. I mean, East point guards, not like, you know, they're all hooping, not gonna lie. It's I think one of the hardest ones I had personally. For me, East was the hardest one. East point guards. I mean, 3 Pacers too. That's crazy. 3 Pacers. They're playing ball over there in Indiana for sure.
Indiana creeping.
Hey, we hooping, bro. We 11-4, 11-7,
Sleeper.
11-7, 11-7.
Hey, sleeper team, dark horse. Who knows, bro? Who
3
knows?
Pacers, 2 Cavs. I mean, something going on at those states that the teams we thought were gonna be bad. Something's going on with them.
They hooping in the Midwest for
They're
real.
hooping-
They
yeah,
hooping in the
they're-
Midwest. I don't know what's going on.
All right, go over the East. At center, we have Embiid, power forward Giannis, small forward Tatum, shooting guard Mitchell, and point guard Garland. Solid solid for East and West. Not mad about either one of those. Any honorable mentions? Anybody you guys want to throw out there, or
How well has LaMelo Ball been doing since he got back? I don't even know.
since he got back?
Yeah.
Honestly, he hasn't been doing bad, but it's not translating at all. And I know he's also kind of slow to start. But like, to be honest, he doesn't have much help.
Can you blame him?
Did Kyle Kuzma did he slow down this month? Because I know he had a stretch where he just went off.
Yeah, he slowed down hard.
Oh, okay, because I mean I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched a single Lit Washington games. Like I'm keeping up with Kuzma for real. But
I literally watched one Wizards game, and that was against Pacers. So,
Um,
you brought up Kuzma, but not Beal. That's wild.
Hey,
no,
No one.
I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about Kuzma because I feel like I seen he had a little stretch. Like I know Bill's Bill, of course, but yeah, no, you're right. He slowed down kind of bad.
maybe throw a Jaw in there.
Oh yeah, Jaw
For the West. True.
for the
Yeah.
West.
Hmm.
Hey, once we get into those late years,
Cool.
some wild names are gonna start being thrown out there.
Yep.
We didn't even bring up Devin Booker because Luca.
Yo,
getting hurt.
Oh yeah.
I feel kind of bad now. I didn't even think about Booker. But I thought about Shea over Booker.
Well, Shea more
He's
balanced
exploding
game,
right
but-
now.
Yeah.
Not honorable mention, but Paolo didn't play against the Pacers.
Oh, you think he ducking
scared.
that?
He was
You think he
scared.
ducking that? You think he ducking?
Hey, I ain't saying nothing, but I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying?
He
said
saw
the
that
proof is in the
quote.
pudding, bro.
He saw that quote.
Dang.
Like, man, he's gunning for
didn't-
people drafted before him.
He
Hey,
didn't
coach,
play
my ankle.
either game, bro.
Hey, what's that meme with Mark from RDC, the instigating the Hood Olympics, bro? When he's doing this, the instigating. You gotta throw that for Eugene right now. Gold medal in instigating. No, that's some hoopers.
Benedict Rookie of the Year, bro.
Hey, I might have to put that on the board.
Bro, he
Nah, for real, you
bro, he
should.
deserves it, bro. He deserves just like Ant deserved it, bro.
I think that's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna do these all-star videos at the end of every month. So be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be interesting, these videos, because this is the last month we're flexible on the positions. In December, we're only looking at December, and we're looking at like their locked position. So there might be different names thrown out there next month. Especially with the way we look at things. I look at like efficiency. Eugene with the fantasy
sir.
advice. So it's like those are episodes you don't want to miss. Next week we're gonna go back to our regular scheduled episodes with open discussion, game talk, stuff like that. If you're listening on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're on any podcast platform, make sure you give us that 5 stars. We are on Twitter, Aspen the Rock, if you want any episode updates, and on TikTok, Aspen the Rock, for episode previews and clips. Make sure you check us out on all those platforms. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again next week.
Baby, hop in the rocket, yeah, we gonna blast off. I just bought my own, I can't tell you why they mad, dog. I've been eating good like I'm off a line of bath sauce.